You are listening to TechVibe Radio. It's coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios. TechVibe Radio is your front row seat to Pittsburgh's fast-moving technology ecosystem. TechVibe is brought to you by the generous support of Blink at 321blink.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, C-Leveled at c-leveled.com, Compunetics at compunetics.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, My Benefit Advisor at ptc.mybenefitadvisor.com, and PNC Bank at pnc.com. Here are your hosts, the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's time for a big old dose of TechVibe Radio. And Audrey, we are talking today, I would call it one of the rock stars of Pittsburgh's technology ecosystem, building one of the coolest tech companies in Pittsburgh's tech ecosystem. We have Hayden Cardiff of Idelic hanging out with us today. It's so good to have you back on the show today, Hayden.
Yeah, Jonathan, Audrey, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
No, it's great. Love catching up with you. Hopefully it will be not too long before we really see people in like yourself in person and dancing around. So thrilled.
Absolutely.
It's just thrilled to catch up with you. I think so much has gone on since we met last time. I mean, how do we want to unpack this? What do we want to get, like the current state? Like,
but let's start with some intros. I mean, our listeners need to know, well, who is Hayden Cardiff? And then really the elevator pitch for Idelic. And then we got to jump into what's driving your awesome growth. Because I know that right now your services are just so in demand given all the craziness of supply chains and transportation and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, my name, again, Hayden Cardiff, now founder and chief innovation officer here at Idelic. And at Idelic, our goal is to help drivers come home safe each and every night. And so from a services and offering perspective, and we service the transportation and trucking industry. That's kind of our bread and butter. Obviously starting to branch out into other modes of transportation, different weight classes and different types of segments, but really that your good old long haul or regional carrier trucking, Class 8 DOT registered fleets. That's who we go after, and that's who we help service. And when it comes to what we do for our customers, it really revolves around driver performance management. The most important asset fleets have are their drivers.
Yes.
And they are the consummate professional. And we're so very thrilled to be able to work with these terrific men and women because they keep our economy running, right? Like
they're the backbone, man. I mean, we've learned everything we touch, consume is in a trailer somewhere at some point in its life, I think, right?
That's it. If you got it, the truck brought it. I mean, that's the mantra. And I think the trucking industry had a really great moment during the pandemic because we started to realize how important not just the industry as a whole, but these drivers are, right? Like if we wanted some semblance of normalcy throughout the pandemic, it's because drivers were there to keep toilet paper on our shelves and to keep us being able to move forward in some way, shape, or form. So that is one of the biggest things that we get excited about, is being able to actually help such a large and such a meaningful part of this nation and our economy, and being able to do so in a really meaningful way, right? Like a lot of people get excited about coming and working at a tech company, but there's a lot of different variation of what tech means, right? And we pride ourselves on not just being, the next emoji app, right? But actually being able to show results, right? I mean, and that's the unfortunate truth, right? But I mean, just being able to go through and highlight, like right now, I can tell you on average, our customer base across the board reduces their accident frequency by 20%. On average.
Wow, that's a staggering number. I mean, that is some real dollars in real lives.
What do you hear? What is the pulse of truckers these days?
They still are very excited about the the profession. They love what they do. I think the biggest thing that it comes down to is now the drivers want to feel respected. They want to feel that they are a part of a culture where they feel like they're being watched after and not watched over, right? And that's the type of culture that fleets who use our products can create. That's what we as a service provider aim to provide. Like driver performance management as a whole comes down to helping drivers perform their best from a productivity standpoint as well as from a safety standpoint. And so you have the drivers who are managed by their managers, and there's all this, you know, hierarchical layers above them. And if everyone's not aligned in making sure that that driver's safe and productive, they're either A, going to have a hard time coming home safe to their family, or B, they're not going to be nearly as efficient and productive as they want. And so they're going to leave. That's one of the biggest challenges in the trucking industry right now is driver
retention
turnover.
on this, right? You never thought about this. If you're, this is as a retention device for your drivers, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when you like think about like in any type of normal office job, desk job, like the type of turnover or retention that you're shooting for, right? Like you see maybe 10, 15% at most. Trucking industry for these drivers, it's 90% or more.
I don't even know how you run a business that way.
Exactly.
It's staggering to think that these companies are still able to put safe and functioning operations on the road, but it's because like they need to be able to function and tie in their different data sources and be able to understand and have proactive insight into what's going on. And that's what we provide. We integrate across all the different multiple platforms. We help to really use machine learning and predictive analytics to identify who's most at risk and why. We then help them assign corrective action and professional development plans, onboarding plans, really helping to engage the right drivers at the right time to help change behavior to make sure that they're performing at their best.
Well, so, you know, it really is. I love the way that you have this focus in terms of mission focus. I think during COVID, from where I sit, just as one person, that we have taken for granted for so long that this is a vital piece of our infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you made a joke about toilet paper.
That's no joke, Audrey. That's no joke.
But it wasn't funny, right? It wasn't funny. And, you know, we really rely on this movement for everything. And the turnover rate is just insane. I mean, I don't know any people, young people, that are saying, I want to become a truck driver.
Yeah.
You know, so are there strategies around that you see that are happening?
There absolutely are. And one of the challenges that the industry faces as far as there is a driver shortage, right? Like the average age of a truck driver in the US is 55 plus, right? Like it's astonishing. Like the age of the workforce is very much skewed to one end, and there's not enough net new drivers coming in. One of the challenges is the fact that to drive interstate, right, between states, you have to be at least 21. So you have 18-year-old kids coming out of high school, and then they have 3 years of doing something, entering some other career path before they can even be allowed to come into trucking. And so it's a challenge for fleets to go in and get kids out of high school and help them understand that trucking is a very real, very lucrative, very successful career path for them when there's that gap. And so there are certain things that are being addressed at the national level. You know, obviously something's very near and dear to my heart. My wife is from Brazil, and so I've got in-laws who drive trucks in Brazil that want to come and drive in the United States.
Nice.
We need there's no good clear path to do that. And so you know, obviously there's a lot that we as a country are doing, but I think the biggest thing is technology in the cabs is increasing dramatically. And the draw for some of the younger generation is starting to become more apparent. And so the more that we can, you know, pull this younger generation into the trucking industry, I think the better off we'll be. And obviously you need a way to systematically engage your drivers as a whole and ensure that these newer drivers coming in are safe and productive. And that's, again, one of the things that we're aimed at doing.
Honestly, you've just blown my mind. As someone who has been passionate about immigration reform for most of my career and very focused in the time that I've been at the Tech Council, you've blown my mind. There's no pathway for people who live in other countries that would like to come here because the visa process or the, the green card process is based on factors that aren't tied to this. So I'd like to be able to dig deeper into that, because there really might be some pathways that we haven't explored.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, and
Wow.
I think it's just it kind of exacerbates the problem. But really, it comes down to, like, can we help better manage the performance of these drivers? Can we help the teams at the fleets better engage their drivers? And if we can do that, results of improved safety outcomes, lower risk, and lower turnover are proven.
And then what are some? Do you have any data about people who drive? Is it mostly men, and is there any diversity that we're seeing?
There is, it is mostly men from a percentage standpoint, although there's a large percentage of women starting to grow within the industry. There's a fantastic organization, Women in Trucking, that we love and participate with, and so that's one that we highly endorse. So it's a terrific career even for women, and those of all kind of races and ethnicities. So we would highly recommend.
Well, we're taking a quick break. We have so much more to talk about with Hayden Cardiff, who's the Chief Innovation Officer and founder of IDELC. I know you guys are hiring. You've got a big event coming up, which I'm very excited about. So much going on. We're so stoked for you, because we just seen you just grow this company, and it's solving a really tough problem that's just really crucial to all of us. Keep your dial tuned right here to TechVibe Radio. We'll be right back. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Russo.
Learn more about us by going to pghtech.org.
For more than a decade, Blink has been producing unique creative services and solutions that tell a story, move hearts, and drive decision-making that advances business objectives, your business objectives. We adopt a company-wide policy of candor, transparency, and a good old-fashioned work ethic in the pursuit of building long-lasting relationships with our clients and our partners. From video and design to strategy and digital marketing, Blink is here to creatively advance your business. Visit us at 321blink.com.
All of the cool kids are listening to TechVibe Radio, and so are you. TechVibe Radio is coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios and is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, Blink, Chorus Call, Sea Level, Compunetics, Huntington Bank, My Benefit Advisor, and PNC Bank. Here are your hosts, the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting. We are back as promised. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Russo.
We're from the Pittsburgh Technology Council, bringing you the best of Pittsburgh's tech sector every Sunday morning. And we are talking to Hayden Cardiff of Idelic, the Chief Innovation Officer. We're just so amazed with the work you're doing. You're growing, you're moving, and you're shaking. If anyone just tuned in, Idelic is really it's making truckers' lives better. It's ensuring their safety, ensuring they come home safe every day and can be as efficient as possible, because we need our truck drivers out there, do we not, Hayden?
That's right. Absolutely.
It's so nice to be able to spend a little bit more time with you. So you have a couple of things that we want to just cover. One is you've got this new piece of the business that is going to aid truckers, et cetera. So I want to talk about that, the insurance, and we also want to talk about this event that you've got. So where do you want to start?
Absolutely. So I mean, again, for us, we are very focused on our core software. Again, it is the intersection of innovative UX and UI design and creative workflows to really help enable fleets themselves to better engage with their drivers. But then on the other side, you have the machine learning, predictive analytics, and really strong data aspect of what we do. And that allows us to see the tremendous results we do. Again, 20% reduction in accidents on average. We can essentially predict over 60% of preventable crashes within our watch list. Right. So being able to call the shot very effectively. What that does for us is it gives us the ability to actually lower risk with the customers that we work with. And why that's important is, one, because fleets obviously want to see that value, but one of the biggest challenges that they're seeing is in insurance costs. Insurance has gone up in commercial auto in double digits for the past 6 years, right? Regardless of whether you're getting in crashes or not. the rates are just going up because the costs continue to rise. And so how are fleets going to combat that? I mean, we think that's through us. And so we're actually very excited to dive into the insurance space, being able to actually provide insurance products out into the market through an MGA model and be able to.
So why you versus my insurance company or Jonathan's insurance company?
Yeah, a couple reasons. One, we have so much more granular data around the behavior of the drivers as well as the actions of the fleet, right? When it comes to crashes and collisions, when things, it's called going nuclear, right? When these claims become multiple millions of dollars, sometimes tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in verdict, it's because the fleet did not adhere to the right processes or document the right things. So it's a fleet level problem. And so we have the individual driver level information and data across all the different systems, as well as the fleet level data. So we can be much more prescriptive and understanding of what is their overarching fleet risk. But also, we're the only insurance technology company that can actually improve outcomes, right? Like there's a lot of, like they call it InsurTech 1.0. And it's all about getting a faster experience, being able to go through the quoting process easier and better, and a slick interface, and being able to go in, bind, and quote really quickly. But those don't improve the risk of the book of business. They don't actually lower the risk of the insured. What we do is, because we have a software platform that essentially helps fleets buy into the IDELC way, right? They can come in and understand, like, the standard operating procedures are this, and our software helps you to adhere to that. And we have a team of people dedicated to making sure that you are successful using that software, right? That lowers the risk. And so not only can we then feel confident that we're having a better overall risk profile within the companies we insure, but also we can give you credit for it. We can give you better rates because of it.
Exactly.
So
they got to use the Idelic software platform, and that they're going to be a safer insurance customer, right?
That's exactly right. And because right now they're not getting the value based off of that. They're just out in the market. They're getting rate increases and just kind of getting tugged by the ebb and flow of the market, which is not great. This
is quite the undertaking to roll out an insurance product like this. Like, wow. So when does this go fully live? Is this actually functioning now? Or is this going to be rolling out this year?
We're rolling it out this year. It is something that we're incredibly excited for. Wow. So, and as always, we're always hiring, both from the core platform, engineers, data scientists, customer success, marketing, sales, HR, like across the board. We are excited to continue to add to our fantastic team. And kind of culminating, here at the beginning of this year, April 4th through the 6th, we have our first ever in-person IDELC user conference. So
love it, man. See, that's a sign you're getting big, man. When you have your own user conference, you're making the right.
That's right. That's right. No, we're incredibly excited. It's here in Pittsburgh, down at the Renaissance. Yeah, down at the Renaissance. We've got a ton of fleets coming in. We've got a terrific group of speakers lined up, as well as prospects coming. I think that's one of the most exciting things, is being able to have that mix of customers coming in and talking about how they're using the product, where the product's going, the vision, roadmap, all that. We have our customer advisory board coming in and really helping us as a team set vision and tone of where we're heading, getting their great feedback, and then getting prospective customers to come in and see a little bit under the hood of what we're doing, how others use it, and why it's going to be impactful for them. We have our partners coming in, boothing and kind of pitching there at the show, because we do a lot of integration and we have fantastic partners across the board. And media is coming in as well, so we're excited. It's gonna be a big to do.
That's great. So can Jonathan or I drop by?
I got a press pass just today, believe it or not.
Absolutely. Well, Audrey, you can drop by anytime. Jonathan, we have to really regulate.
Got to make sure, man.
When he comes in, yeah.
He's out of control. He's out of control. So
I'm coming with my best trucker hat on. That's all I can say. I
Please
might
do.
have a vest too. You know what I'm saying?
Tell
Please
everyone
do.
what your website is.
Idelic.com. So IDELIC. And there you can get a sense of who we are, what we're doing. We have all the open positions listed on there in our careers page. Please check that out. Man, we are growing. We're trying to hire like crazy.
Yep.
So if you are a passionate and collaborative and innovative individual, please come on down. If you want to change not just the industry, but the world that we live in, we have a great path for you to do that.
Love it, man. We love telling these stories, Hayden. You're making
Right.
us super proud and quadruple pumped because this is what's making Pittsburgh just be the city that we love so much. Simple as that. So thanks for doing
Absolutely.
your part to row the innovation boat here with us,
Thank
man.
you,
Very cool.
Hayden.
Absolutely.
Hayden Cardiff, thank you so much. You're the best.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Audrey, Jonathan, thank you both as well.
Anytime. We're going to have you back on soon because we just love these updates and these reports because we love seeing you grow. Simple as that. So, Audrey, too much fun. Love hanging out with you, telling these stories. You can only hear it here on TechVibe. When you're one of the cool kids, you get up early every morning to give this a listen. Podcasts are great, but broadcasts are better. Simple as that. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And Audrey Rousseau.
We're from the Pittsburgh Technology Council. Go to pghtech.org. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. TechVibe Radio is coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios and is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors, Blink, Chorus Call, C-Leveled, Compunetics, Huntington Bank, My Benefit Advisor, and PNC Bank.